It's summertime and things are finally getting back to normal. It's time for biking, camping, fishing, boating, hiking. We're celebrating parks and recreation on this edition of Connected Colorado. I'm Wendy Brockman. There's so many great parks around Colorado. I am here at Barr Lake State Park. I'm going to tell you so much more about this coming up in a few minutes. But first, you know, not everyone was born knowing how to camp. Hence, the Let's Go Camping event in Lakewood.
So we are at Bear Creek Lake Park in the city of Lakewood, and we are at the Let's Go Camping event. We've brought about 20 families out and we're teaching them how to camp.
Okay, that's a good shot.
Here, fishy, fishy, good job.
Get those 3 fingers underneath the arrow. There you go.
My son wanted to do archery because Hawkeye from Marvel Avengers. Oh man, we need as much outside time as we can get, much vitamin D as we can get. I love this camping experience, having so much fun.
I got one! You got one!
Well, we tried dive bait, it didn't exactly work. Then finally, I caught one. Hold it up and get a picture.
Well, this is our first time camping. It's our first time also coming out as a family, and it was such a great experience so far. We've tried archery, and now we're doing fishing, and we caught a fish, and now we're going to go over to the educational booths.
It's really hard to get people out into nature, and we'd like to give them the opportunity, whether it be that they can't afford a campsite or they're a little apprehensive coming out because they've never done it before. You know, we want them to come out, feel comfortable, feel prepared, and have a good time, and then eventually, hopefully, become stewards and outdoor recreationalists.
Es importante aquí porque se distrae uno, se divierte, hace deporte uno y se evita un poquito de la tecnología, de las tabletas y está uno al aire libre. Está muy bien para la familia, acampar, tirar arco, pescar, me gusta.
It gives us some good quality time together as a family. We get to experience a lot of fun, good, exciting things together.
And stuff we've never tried before.
Yes.
So we have archery that's out here, and Colorado Parks and Wildlife has come out to actually provide a lot of the archery gear and give training. We have fishing happening down at Turtle Pond here in Bear Creek Lake Park, where they get to cast and hopefully catch some bluegills. We got some caught today, and then they get to take home the fishing poles. Then up here at the main event, we have over 11 vendors that came out, the Jefferson County Open Space and Lakewood Animal Control. We had West Metro out here with the fire truck. A lot of outdoor organizations that are here to show them all the things that they have to offer. Tonight we have a picnic, grilled hot dogs and chips for everybody so they didn't have to worry about feeding themselves. And then afterwards we do have a giveaway. The Outdoorsman's Attic as well as Survival Frog has sponsored over $3,000 worth of gear so that they can go camping on their own. And after that, we're going to take them over to a campfire program, teach them how to light a campfire, how to follow some leave no trace ethics, and eat some s'mores. Tomorrow, we are offering a guided hike through Bear Creek Lake Park, heading over to the Bear Creek Reservoir. So we really want to just make it as easy as possible so that they can come out, have a good time, and feel a little bit more comfortable about coming out on their own.
It's Colorado. How can you not come out and enjoy something like this? So we have had a great time. And I think just having programs like this available for families and families with younger children, it's elemental and it's instrumental for our growth and our education. And it's the ultimate summer experience here in Colorado.
I love creating new stewards. I love seeing people get excited about nature. I'm excited about nature, and it's really passing my passion on. It's great to see the kids catch a fish for her first time, and they're so excited, and not knowing all of the things that they have around them that's offered for them. So it's really great to get these families out here.
Very fun. Ideally, everyone should be able to enjoy outdoor activities. At Barr Lake State Park, they have this wheelchair-accessible fishing pier. And in Broomfield, they have a very special therapeutic recreation program.
So the Broomfield Therapeutic Recreation Program has been here for 20 years. We offer specialized programs, and those are programs specifically for people with disabilities. So that would be our Special Olympics programs, weight training, spin class, gymnastics class.
Very good, Johnny. Good job.
We're out here practicing for Special Olympics track and field. We ask our participants what they want to do. We let them try everything.
Sitting in a chair and you're pushing it up. Sit, push, okay?
This program is very important because it allows people with special needs to socialize.
Hi, Trevor. Hey, Nate. What's up?
It allows them to feel better about their bodies and they're earning medals.
Good job, Bob.
So it helps with their level of confidence and their self-esteem.
210. 212.
Broomfield Rock! Woo! Go, Nolan! Woo! Shoot it, Jules!
They call it Bob.
So we are doing Special Olympics soccer. It was only our second practice and we're already seeing some improvement with talking as a team, passing to each other, having good shots, encouraging one another. So it's really exciting to see just in 2 weeks their progress.
When you go to pass, I want you to take a step with your left and kick it with your right. Now, big kick. Good job, buddy. Good, Elise. Go, Ryan. Get the
A program like this is really important for the community. This offers everybody the ability to feel like they're a part of something, that they're not excluded because they have a disability, that they can really be a part of the community and really be proud of something.
It's so fun to watch the parents on the sideline cheering for their kids and to see their kids be independent and excel and learn these skills and apply them to the sport.
It's such a great opportunity for people with special needs to get together and have something that they can play because other cities don't offer it.
And for our family, Troy's been involved in Special Olympics in Broomfield since he was 8. And he's gotten so many opportunities to grow and learn new sports and meet new people. It makes me smile every time I watch these kids participate because they are very competitive and they enjoy it and it just makes me smile.
And they're very proud
Yes.
of what they do.
We had a parent tell me today that her son has never had anything of his own. It's always been following sister and brother around, so this really gives him an opportunity to have something for him and be a part of a team, something bigger.
So I always say, you know, I have one job that pays the bills, but this job, it uses my heart. I get way more out of it than I put into it. It helps the community treat these people with respect, and it shows them that they're not just sitting by, they're getting involved in the community.
There's nothing like it. I've had a lot of these athletes since they were very little, and to see them go through school, graduate, and still continue on with programs with us is amazing. We take all ages. We do as young as age 3 all the way through their adulthood. So it's really cool to build a team, a family, all the relationships.
1, 2, 3.
And now I am here with Michelle Subert, the park manager at Barr Lake State Park. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Tell us about Barr Lake State Park.
So, you know, we're located in Brighton, Colorado. We're just 25 minutes east of Denver. The whole southern end is a wildlife refuge. We're known for our birding. You can fish, you can boat, we have an archery range. We have a trail that goes all the way around the lake and a wonderful nature center.
So how far around is the lake?
8.8 miles.
So you have the boating and fishing area separate from the wildlife?
Yeah, so the whole northern part is where you can boat and fish.
So you actually have a pair of bald eagles that are always here.
Yes.
They stay.
Yeah, so we have had a nesting pair of bald eagles since 1986. We've had 62 eaglets fledge from Barr Lake, which means they've flown from Barr Lake.
Wow.
So we're really, you know, we're a hot spot for the eagles. You know, we have everything they need. We have tall cottonwood trees, we have the water with the fish. We're just a great habitat for them.
And they mate for life, right? So
They
it's
do.
always the same couple.
They do. They
Okay.
mate for life, and they also winter here. So from December through February, we'll have wintering eagles. The most eagles that you can see, maybe up to 100.
100 eagles
Yes.
at Barr Lake State Park.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
it is.
What other kind of birds do you have here?
So we have all different type of birds, from red-tailed hawks, Swainson hawks, we have Bullock's orioles, which are bright yellow, to little birds, the black-capped chickadee. So we have over 371 different bird species that have been sighted here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love how you have these boardwalks that kind of lead out to a
Yes.
gazebo, so it's a perfect bird watching spot.
We like to say that boardwalks are very unique to Barr Lake, and they gives the opportunity for people to get a little bit closer to nature, but protect nature as well. So we kind of call Barr Lake the bed and breakfast for birds.
So you have a vehicle that can actually take people around to see the birds.
Yeah, we actually have 3, and they're all named after raptors: the osprey, the eagle, and the owl. And so they all hold people, and a volunteer will take people around Barr Lake and teach them about all the wildlife and the great things.
Not like Jurassic Park kind of vehicles.
No, not like Jurassic Park.
You were very busy during COVID.
We were.
How about now?
You know, we're still busy. We're not at capacity every weekend like we were during COVID, but we are still very busy. I think during COVID, people discovered the outdoors. They bought bikes, they bought fishing poles, they bought paddle boards, and now they're still out, and that's great. We love that.
I know conservation is important. Congratulations. You've been honored as a gold standard site by the Leave No Trace organization. Only one of a few in the nation.
Yeah, so we're the 3rd state park in Colorado and the 13th in the nation. So we're really, promoting the Leave No Trace principles. For example, know before you go, know the rules and regulations, know what equipment you need. It's just teaching people how to protect our public lands.
Barr Lake State Park is part of the Colorado Parks and Wildlife System. Yes. So how many state parks are there in Colorado?
There are 42 state parks. Our newest state park is Fisher's Peak, which is in Trinidad, and it opened up last year. So
42?
42.
Wow, and some people make it their goal to go to all of them?
Yeah, we have a passport that's a little booklet, and you can go to each park and get a stamp. So each park is very unique. Barr Lake is known for our birding. You can go to El Dorado Canyon State Park. They're known for their climbing. You can go to Cherry Creek State Park, which is right in the middle of Aurora. They have a campground and boating. So every park is very unique in what they offer.
And you have some creative apps that people can download.
We do. So we have our first one is Agents of Discovery. And there's missions that you can go on. It's kind of like Pokemon Go. And it's all about learning about the park. And then our next one is Time Looper. And it's a free app as well. And you download it, and then a 3D map comes out onto the floor. And then there's interest points, and you click on them, and it tells you about the park too. They're all free. They're good for kids and adults.
Wow, that sounds very cool.
Yeah.
There are Colorado natives out there like me who did not know that Barr Lake State Park was out here, and it is really something to see. So thank you so much for having us, Michelle.
Well, thanks for being here.
Michelle is right. There is so much to see and do here. Eagle wingspan 8 feet, not even close. Biking is big here too. And in the cities, cycling became even more popular during the pandemic. So Aurora getting its first ever protected bike lanes was perfect.
For bicyclists, sharing the streets with motorists always involves some risk. Motorists usually are courteous and will keep a safe distance, but not always.
The good news is a new type of bike lane, a separated bike lane, has been installed for the first time in Aurora.
These new separated lanes include one-way lanes that flow with traffic on each side of the street, as well as two-way lanes moving in both directions on only one side of the street. The separated bike lanes create a safer and more convenient corridor across the center of Aurora, connecting the Westerly Creek Trail on the west and the Tollgate Creek Trail on the east to the Florida Street Light Rail Station.
Having separated bike lanes provides more safety for people on bikes, but because these lanes are new to our community, there are a few things that cyclists, motorists, and even pedestrians need to be aware of. Let's start with the motorist point of view.
Intersections in general require maximum awareness. Drivers must look out for other vehicles as well as cyclists and pedestrians. Intersections with separated bike lanes require additional awareness. When a motorist is turning left or right from a side street and must cross a separated bike lane, there's a basic 5-step process to remember. Step 1, stop. Yes, actually stop at the stop sign, no rolling stops. Come to a full stop at the stop sign before the separated bike lane. Once you've stopped, step 2 is to look. You need to look in each direction for cyclists who may be moving much faster than you might think.
Now, when crossing separated bike lanes, drivers need to be aware that one-way and two-way protected lanes have two different widths. The one-way separated bike lane is only 5 feet wide, and the two-way protected lanes are 10 feet wide.
Once you've checked for cyclists and pedestrians, steps 3, 4, and 5 are to pull forward into the separated lane, look again, this time for other motorists, and then make your turn, if it is clear and safe to do so. In addition to new turning practices at intersections with separated bike lanes present, there also may be new traffic signal phases at certain intersections. The most important thing for motorists to keep in mind is that separated bike lanes represent a new element in the traffic environment. With extra awareness for motorists, especially at intersections, everyone will safely get to where they need to go. Separated bike lanes are an exciting new opportunity for safer and more convenient commuting. But they are only safer if cyclists understand a few new basic rules of the road or best practices for the use of separated bike lanes. For the one-way separated lanes, cyclists should, of course, always adhere to the one-way flow of the lane. It may be tempting at times, especially on a short trip, to go against the flow, but don't do it. The correct direction is clearly marked by directional arrows. With the two-way separated lane, not only is the lane wider, but the physical barrier adds a certain feeling of greater safety for the cyclist. And while the physical barrier provides some added protection, it's really at intersections and transition areas where cyclists need to pay special attention. At intersections, there's a transition between a separated bike lane and normal pavement, or between a one-way separated bike lane on one side of the intersection to a two-way separated lane on the other. Cyclists are required to observe all normal signals at intersections. Once it's safe to cross, follow the road markers and remember to keep the yellow center line on your left. Near bus stops, cyclists need to watch out for pedestrians who may be crossing between the sidewalk and the bus. They may be caught unaware of the speed of cyclists in these lanes and may also be unaware of the two-way bike traffic. When crossing over a footbridge, cyclists should dismount and walk their bicycle across the bridge. There are some other areas along the new separated bike lanes where both cyclists and pedestrians will have a new experience. Near the Jewel Wetlands, the paved trail is for cyclists and the gravel trail is for pedestrians and their pets. Pedestrian awareness of the new separated bike lanes is the final element to making sure they can be used with maximum safety.
Wait.
Pedestrians need to treat separated bike lanes just as they do any normal roadway. Pedestrians should stay out of the separated bike lanes, except when needing to briefly cross.
At bus stops in particular, pedestrians should wait on the sidewalk until the bus arrives and then cross only when it's clear and after looking both ways for cyclists. If everyone, including motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians, adapts their behaviors and follows these new rules of the road for separated bike lanes, it'll make commuting both more convenient and safer for everyone. To find out more about the new separated bike lanes, visit auroragov.org/Trail Connector.
With anything new, there's a learning curve, but cyclists have wanted this for quite a while. There is no learning curve for fun in Wheat Ridge and their annual Carnation Festival held every August at Anderson Park.
Welcome to the Wheat Ridge Carnation Festival.
We had the best darn Carnation Festival this year. It was absolutely fabulous. I've heard estimates of 25,000 people coming to it. The scheme is to have a full festival, meaning that every area of Anderson Park was filled with something.
This is amazing. Check out the turnout that we have here. So many families having fun. I'm just glad to be a part of it, and we're having a great time tonight. This is what community is all about, bringing people together to have a great time, and it's great to see so many familiar faces and so many neighbors coming out and just enjoying a great, wonderful night down at the Carnation Festival.
It really had a wonderful festive feeling. It was large and open, and the rides were really large. They had a ball that you climbed into and it floated on water. I really was impressed with the work that we did this year.
We see a lot of new people in our community and a lot of the older residents coming in. The Wheat Ridge Fire Department has served the spaghetti dinner now for about 23 years. The whole event just means a whole lot to the community. They bring their kids and their grandkids. They come back year after year after year. Of course, we have the old reliables and we have new stuff every year for them.
music was great. There were a lot of folks wiggling around, bumping and jumping. It was absolutely great. Circus, sold out shows. I'm really proud of the work that our city did, our committee chairs that put it together, volunteers. Could not have been done without them. We're really lucky to have this festival in our city.
The Wheat Ridge Carnation Festival is an opportunity for the community to come together and celebrate Wheat Ridge, Colorado. I just love meeting the people. I've been doing this now for 35 years, but it's been a great opportunity for me to get to see the people in the community here.
The parade is a pulling together. A lot of people come out to it. It's our tradition. It's our Wheat Ridge, and it's a pulling together. Then the festival opens. I think it's a really vital part of our community, our history. The Carnation Festival has a special meaning to Wheat Ridge. Yes, it goes back historically to our roots as far as carnations. We still have a count, a countess, a grand marshal. They're all crowned and honored, and it's tradition for us. Something about that really pulls the city together. It's just critically important for a community to have a tradition that they can count on. I've heard people say, I remember when I was a kid going to it. I think it's just really nice for our city.
The Wheat Ridge Carnation Festival is important to this community because it culminates the end of the year. It culminates everything we've grown to love about our city. And it's time for everybody to come together. We're here to celebrate what is very important to our community and always has been, which is a place for everybody, a thing for everybody to do. And the board works really hard to make sure everyone has something special and something important for them to come and make their own memories just like we have for generations.
And we're back at Bar Lake State Park. They have some really cool exhibits in their nature center, even a gift shop. And here's a fun fact we learned. In TV and movies, when you hear a bald eagle, when you see one, this is the sound. Turns out that's actually a red-tailed hawk. Now this is what an eagle sounds like. Not as dramatic. One of the cool things we learned today. Last fall, we told you about a couple of ribbon cuttings for parks in Fort Collins. We showed you one earlier this year, but now let's take a look at the other, the East Side Park improvements.
1, 2, 3. There we go. All right.
This is a special day. Today, we're celebrating a new, improved park environment. We're celebrating a better connected community. And we're certainly celebrating a generous donor in First United Methodist Church who chose to invest in their neighborhood and community to bring real and positive change.
First United Methodist Church of Fort Collins is honored and delighted to have taken the lead in fundraising for the improvement and refurbishment of East Side Park. In 2019, our church celebrated its 150th anniversary. It was the perfect opportunity for us to invest in our neighbors and our neighborhood and do something to improve the quality of life for all of us.
I remember when Melanie first came to First Church, hearing her say her hope and dream would be to open the church up, to turn it inside out, so that we would be sharing our gifts with the community.
And this is really a great example of City Give and bringing the talent together that we have on this project.
We live in a generous community and people want to participate and they want to get involved, and sometimes how is the biggest question. City Give is a bridge from our community partners like First United Methodist Church to all the different departments within a city that really are needed to produce an outcome like East Side Park. From vision to community engagement to the fundraising, City Give creates a pathway.
We've been gratified by the feedback and communications we've had from several neighbors saying that the park has a different feel.
This is one of the new seating areas here at East Side Park, and if you'll remember back before improvements, there was remnants of an old play structure here, so it was a really underutilized space. And now there's a place to sit and have a quiet lunch break here, either on the bench or on the boulder wall. And we've also added a lot of perennials and ornamental grasses. You'll see the little Trudy catmints and the Blonde Ambition blue grama grass. So this 4-foot crusher fine pathway is a new addition to the park that really expands the capacity of the greenway and give a softer surface for runners who want to come through the park. Behind me here, you'll see the Great Lawn, which has been opened up to provide a really nice wide active play space in the park. And this is one of my favorite new seating areas where we've taken out a lot of irrigated bluegrass and we've created a multitude of different seating opportunities. There's bistro tables and benches, and they're all surrounded by a really nice collection of pollinator-friendly plants. In addition, there's a whole new family of site furnishings, including benches, bike racks, picnic tables, all matched, and there's an additional set of petway stations along the greenway.
I want to highlight a few of the improvements that have been made in the park. I'm going to start out with safety. We set back the fencing right over here on this corner. It creates better sight lines from both ends into the park. We also have new park ID signs on both ends of the park.
Light is so important when it comes to a feeling of safety, and adding 3 new lampposts and creating that light for the park. When I look around at what's been accomplished, what a reason to celebrate.
And I want to thank Melanie and the congregation. Thank you all for making this happen.
When COVID is behind us, we hope to have activities in the park for all ages, movies, concerts, so that this very space can be teeming with new life.
After the year we've had, I think we can all use a little break and some fun. I'm going to take a break and do some bird watching. We hope you get out and enjoy your summer, and we want to thank Barr Lake State Park for having us. We'll see you next time on Connected Colorado. Oh, look at that. We're celebrating warmer weather and life getting back to normal with some great parks and outdoor events on the next edition of Connected Colorado.